Hello everyone, myself Kinjal Patel in Civil Engineering Department at Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technical Education and Resource Center Navsari. Be final year and 7th semester students and subject code is 2170610. In previous video lecture we have covered introduction of specification, their importance, purpose and types of specification. In today's video lecture, we will going to explain about principle and detailed specification of a various item of a work. Now start. The first topic is principle of writing specification. So the following are some of the essential principles of a good specification writing. So first is subject matter. The subject matter of the specification should relate to the information required after the contract is given to a particular contractor. So the requirement which are to be enforced should only be included in the specification, and the use of cross references should be reduced to a minimum, like quality and size of materials required to do an item of a work shall be fully described, and the proportion of a mixing shall be clearly described. Second, grammar. While writing specification, endeavors shall be made to express the requirement of the specification clearly from avoiding repetition and unusual word. The style of tense shall remain same through. So all sentences of the specification should comply with the rules of the grammar, and the sentence shall be short and simple are used, as the specification are legal document. Terms such as suitable, proper use, and word shall be or should be are used. Next, third is meaning. While drawing specification, only suitable words with desired meaning should be used. So words having more than one meaning shall be avoided. Next, fourth is abbreviation. So only those abbreviation which are well known in the building industry shall be used without giving definition. The use of abbreviation facilitates easy understanding and reduce the typing work without sacrificing clarity. For example of RCC, DPC, etc. Now next is accuracy. Means the information given in the specification should be complete and correct. Otherwise, the contractor may claim for any extra cost due to damage occurred to him by the misleading information supplied by the owner. Also, care should be taken to see that information is not repeated in the specification. Now next is description of material. So it is very important to write in detail about the construction material. So the quality and size of material required to do an item of work shall be fully described for checking up at site accordingly to the clauses provided in the specification. And second, the proportion of a mixing or treatment of materials, if required before use, shall be really described. Now next is workmanship. So workmanship cover the method of mixing and proportion, the method of laying, preparation of base or surface, compaction, finishing and curing, etc. Procedure of every single item should be mentioned in detail. Next is tools and plants. So the different equipment, tools and plants required during construction should be clearly mentioned in specification. So arrangement of machinery before construction is only possible if it is mentioned in specification. The tools and a plan to be engaged to carry out a work shall be described. It should also be mentioned that either contractor has to arrange on its own or client will arrange equipment for the contractor. Now next is clauses of a specification. So clauses of a specification should be written in ascending order in short for the construction schedule. First thing come first. As far as possible, the clauses of shall be arranged in the order in which work shall be carried out. This doesn't mean to follow the works accordingly to the order of clauses, but it facilitates references. For example, clauses related to excavation should come before foundation or footing related clauses. Now next is practicability. That means the specification should be framed while keeping in view the practical limitation of the materials and workmanship. Also, the specification should specify use of commercial size and pattern of the material. So it become expensive to manufacture special size, and it also takes more time to prepare such size. Now next we are going to discuss about detailed specification of various items. So first is earthwork in excavation in foundation. So first step is excavation. So before the earthwork is started, the whole area of construction is to be cleared of trees, grass, roots of trees, etc. are completely removed and labeled horizontally to enable easy marking of center line of the building. The side of trenches should be vertical and the bottom of a trenches should be leveled. So the excavation shall be done in accordance with the dimension of trenches shown in working drawing or such other as the engineer in charge may decide. If the soil is not good and doesn't permit vertical sides, the sides should be sloped back or protected with timber shoring. So shoring, the side of trenches should be vertical and the bottom of trenches should be flat. In case of loose soil, the side of trenches should be sewed with steel sheet. Now second step is fencing. So suitable temporary fencing is to be provided around the site of excavation to avoid any accidental fall into the trenches. Now third step is access in foundation. So digging, if done through mistake, shall be filled with cement concrete 1:4:8 proportion at the expenses of the contractors. So no extra payments shall be made for this. Now next step is water in foundation. If any accumulates in the trench, should pumped out and no extra amount shall be paid, and necessary precaution shall be taken to prevent surface water to enter into the trench. Now next finds the material or valuables found during excavation shall be the property of the government or owner. Now next step is staking of excavated earth. So no material excavated from foundation trenches shall be placed near than 1 meter to outer edge of the excavation. So after the concrete has been laid and masonry has been constructed, the remaining portion of the trench shall be filled up with earth free from rubbish and refuse materials in layers of 15 centimeter and watered and well rammed, and the surplus excavated material shall be spread out uniformly up to a lead of 30 meter. Next step is measurement and rate. And this is the last step of excavated in foundation. So the measurement shall be taken in cubic meter, measuring length, width of concrete and depth of foundation from ground level, and rate shall be complete work for 30 meter lead and 1.5 meter lift, including all tools and plant required for the completion of the work. For every extra lead of 30 meter and every extra leaf of 1.5 meter, separate extra rate is provided. Now next, detailed specification for cement concrete in foundation in 1:4:8 proportion. So first step is proportion mixing. So the proportion of a material shall be 1:4:8, where 1 part of cement, 4 part of sand and 8 parts of aggregate by volume. Now second step is material. So first material are used is cement. So cement shall be fresh Portland cement conforming to the ISI specification or rapid hardening cement or blast furnace cement or high alumina cement of approved specification are used. So the minimum compressive strength of ordinary Portland cement as per IS 269 should be 17.5 Newton per mm square. Now second material use is fine aggregate. So the fine aggregate shall conform to ISI 383 up to date. It shall be clean, sharp, hard and angular grain and shall pass through 4.75 mm IS sieve. It should be free from dust, dirt, vegetable and organic matters. Sea sand shall not be used, so river or pit sand shall be used. Now next material use is coarse aggregate. So the coarse aggregate shall be of a hard broken stone or granite or similar stone. It shall be hard, strong, durable, and dense. It should be free from soft, thin, flat, elongate, flaky particles. It should be clean and free from dust, vegetable, and organic matter unless specially mentioned. And the size of courses aggregate shall be 20 to 40 graded down and shall be retained in 5 square massive. Now next material is water. The water use shall be clean and reasonably free from injurious quantities of deleterious materials such as the oil, acid, alkalis, salt, and vegetable growth. Generally, potable water shall be used. Now, third step is mixing. So, mixing are used basically two types. First, hand mixing, and second, machine mixing. So, first is hand mixing. Hand mixing by batches shall be permitted on small work. Normally, all structural concrete shall be mixed in mixture machine. Hand mixing shall be employed only in special case with the specific prior permission of the engineer in charge. The mixing shall be done on a clean watertight masonry platform or concrete slab or steel platform. Next, measure quantity of sand shall be spread evenly on the platform. The cement shall be dumped on the sand and distributed evenly. The sand and cement shall be mixed thoroughly with spade, turning the mixture over and over again until it is of even color throughout. Then the measured quantity of a coarse aggregate shall be spread out and cement sand mixtures shall be spread on its top. This shall be mixed at least 3 times by swirling and turning over by twice from center to side. Then 3/4 of the total quantity of water required shall be added while the material is turned in towards the center with spread. Then the remaining quantity of water shall be added by matter can be filled with rose head and slowly turning the whole mixture over and over again until a uniform color consistency is obtained throughout the pile. And last, the measured quantity of a coarse aggregate shall be spread out and the sand cement mixture shall be spreadly on its top. And the mixing platform shall be washed at the end of the day. Now second is machine mixing. So mixture drums shall be flushed clean with water. Measured quantity of a dry coarse aggregate shall be placed first in the drum. Then the measured quantity of sand and cement is added. Then the dry material shall be mixed in the mixing drum for at least 4 tons of the drum. Then after which the measured quantity of water shall be added gradually and slowly with water can while the drum is in motion to give a plastic mix of required workability. Then the material shall be mixed in a drum for a period of not less than 2 minutes and until a uniform color and consistency are obtained. Now next step is laying of concrete. So concrete shall be laid in layer not exceeding 15 centimeter and compacted by pinning with rod and tamping with wooden tamper or with mechanical vibrator until a dense concrete is obtained. Then the compaction shall be completed before the initial setting start. Within 30 minutes of addition of water to the dry mixture, over vibration which will separate coarse aggregate from concrete should be avoided. Now next step is curing. So freshly laid concrete shall be protected from rain by suitable covering. Then after the concrete has begun to harden, that is about 1 to 2 hours after its laying, it shall be covered with wet gunny bag. After 24 hours of laying of concrete, the surface shall be cured by flooding with water or by sprinkling of water or covering with wet absorbent material. Then the curing shall be done for a minimum period of 14 days. Now last step is measurement and rate. So the measurement shall be taken in cubic meter for the extra dimension as per the drawing and rate shall be for the complete work including boiling of water, compaction, curing, timbering to the trenches, etc. Now next discuss in detail specification for reinforced cement concrete. So first step is proportion. So the proportion of the material shall be 1 gem 1.5 gem 3 where 1 part of cement, 1.5 part of sand and 3 part of aggregate by volume. Second step is material. So first is cement. The cement shall be fresh Portland cement conformed to the ISI specification or high aluminum cement or blast furnace cement or rapid hardening cement of approved specification shall be used. Now next material is a fine aggregate. So the fine aggregate shall conform to IS 383 up to date. It shall be clean, hard and angular grain and shall pass through 4.75 mm ISU. Is known as a fine aggregate. It should be free from dust, vegetable and organic matter. Now next material is a coarse aggregate. The coarse aggregate shall be of a hard broken stone of a granite or similar stone. It shall be hard, strong, durable and dense. It should be free from soft, thin, flat, elongated, flaky particles. The size of a coarse aggregate shall be 20 mm graded down and shall be retained in 5 mm square massive. Now next material is water. So water used shall be clean and reasonably free from injurious quantities of deleterious materials such as oil, acid, alkalis, salt, and vegetable growth. Generally, potable water shall be used. Now next is steel reinforcement. Steel reinforcing bars shall be of mild steel or Fe250 or high yield strength deformed bar HYSD, Fe415, Fe500 of standard specification. It shall be free from corrosion, loose rust, oil, grease, paint, etc., which may destroy or reduce bond. The steel bars shall be round and capable of being bent without fracture, and bars shall be hooked and bent accurately and placed in position as per design and drawing given by the engineer, and utmost care shall be taken to keep them in the same position while packing concrete around them. Before laying the concrete, the reinforcements shall be got approved by the engineer. During laying and compacting of concrete, the reinforcing bars shall not move, should not move from their position, and the bend should not be strengthened. Now next is centering and shuttering. So the centering and shuttering shall be made of a timber and tied with necessary wedges and sufficiently strong and stable not to yield under laying of concrete. The centering for the concrete work shall be sufficiently strong and rigid and in good condition so as to turn out a good smooth finish. Also, the material for formwork shall be of a timber or steel plate or a plywood sheet or any other material approved by the engineer in charge. A coat of oil washing or thin layer of paper shall be sprayed to have a smooth finished surface and to prevent adherence of concrete. For slab and beam shell camber should be given in centering 1 cm per 2.5 meter with a maximum of 4 cm. Then the surface of a formwork shall be oil before placing of a concrete. Also, the centering and shuttering shall not be removed before 14 days in general. So 4 days for RCC column, 10 days of a roof slab, and 14 days for beam. The centering and shuttering shall be removed slowly and carefully so that no part is disturbed or damaged. Now next is mixing. So the mixing process is already discussed in a similar topic of detailed specification for cement concrete in foundation. So first is hand mixing and second machine mixing. So hand mixing by batches shall be permitted for small work. The mixing shall be done on a clean watertight masonry platform or a concrete slab or steel platform. Then the measured quantity of a sand shall be spread first outly, evenly on the platform. Then the cement shall be dumped on sand and distributed evenly. The sand and cement shall be mixed thoroughly with spread, turning the mixture over and over again until it is of even color throughout. Then the measured quantity of a coarses aggregate shall be spread out and cement and a mixture shall be sprayed on its top. This shall be mixed at least 3 times by swirling and turning over by twice from center to side. A hollow shall be made in middle of mixed pile. Then 3/4 of a total quantity of water required shall be added while the material is turned in towards the center with spread, and the remaining quantity of water shall be added by matter can fifth with rose heat, slowly turning the whole mixture over and over again until a uniform color consistency is obtained. The mixture platform shall be washed at the end of the day. Now second process is a machine mixing. So the mixture drum shall be flushed clean with water. Measured quantity of a dry coarse aggregate shall be placed first in the drum. Then the measured quantity of a sand and cement is added in drum. Then the dry material shall be mixed in a mixture drum for at least 4 turns of the drum, after which the measured quantity of water shall be added gradually and slowly with water can while the drum is in motion to give a plastic mix of required workability. And the material shall be mixed in a drum for a period of not less than 2 minutes and until a uniform color and consistency are obtained. Now next is the laying of concrete. Next step, the concrete shall be laid in layer not exceeding 15 centimeter and compacted by pinning with rod and tamping with a wooden tamper or with a mechanical vibrator until a dense concrete is obtained. So compaction shall be compacted before the initial setting time start. Within 30 minutes of addition of water to the dry mixture over vibration which will separate coarse aggregate from concrete should be avoided. Now next is curing. So freshly laid concrete shall be protected from rain by suitable covering. After the concrete has begun to harden for about 1 to 2 hours after its laying, it shall be covered with wet gunny bag. Then after 24 hours of laying of concrete, the surface shall be cured by flooding with water or by sprinkling of water or covering with wet absorbent material. And the curing shall be done for a minimum period of 14 days. Now next is a removal of a formwork. So centering and shuttering shall be removed after 14 days of casting. It shall be removed slowly and carefully so that no part is disturbed. And last is measurement and rate. So measurement shall be taken in cubic meter for exact dimension as per the drawing given by the engineer. The rate shall be for the complete work including timbering, boiling of water, compaction, curing, trenches, etc. Thank you. In today's video lecture, we have to complete a detailed specification of earthwork in excavation in foundation, detailed specification for cement concrete in foundation, and detailed specification for reinforced cement concrete. In the next video lecture, we will cover remaining topic of detailed specification for various items.